Hello everyone, I'm Jimmy Wang from Edu-Chatbots. Today I would like to present you our work Book2Dial, generating teacher-student interactions from textbook for cost-effective development of educational chatbots. Today I would like to go through the motivation of our work, the Book2Dial framework, the evaluation criteria, results, and conclusions. Firstly, why we come up with this work. It's shown that dialogue tutoring systems offer a scalable way to improve learning outcomes among students. However, building such systems needs high-quality dialogue datasets, including interactions between teacher and student, over multiple turns and grounded in learning material. Currently, the multi-turn conversational datasets are very rare, and existing datasets are small in size and lack grounding in educational material. On the other hand, we know that the textbook contain valuable educational content. Therefore, we propose a solution to generate teacher-student interactions from textbooks and proposing holistic evaluation matrices based on existing research to evaluate these dialogues. Now I would like to introduce our Book2Dial framework. We collect open source textbooks from OpenStax, a typical textbook including content and formatting information. We use this information as input for our Book2Dial framework. Here present the Book2Dial framework, which simulates the teacher-student interactions. Firstly, we have the source text of textbook S. Then we filter text by formatting to extract formatting information including title, summary, keywords, key concepts, and so on. Then we feed the source text S into the teacher model, while feed the formatting information C into the student model. In this way, we simulate a student who know some information about the textbook and curious about the main content, and a knowledgeable teacher who know everything in the textbook. After that, we make the student and teacher model interact with each other to create the dialogue. The following models can incorporate it into our Book2Dial framework. SimSeq and dialogue painting are state-of-the-art for generating dialogues from documents. The personal model is proposed by us. We use two GPT 3.5 model to role-play student and teacher model. To see how much the student model is affected by the amount of information it gets, like how much a student learns from a textbook before class, we made different types of personal models. The personal high info gives the student model all the formatting information, while the personal low info gives the title of the textbook section. For evaluating the generated dialogues, we do the comprehensive literature review and carefully select the 7 criteria. Each criteria is supported by educational literature, as shown here. We will explain some of our criteria here with examples. The answer relevance measures how directly related the answer is to the question. For example, in the left side dialogue, the student asks, "What is the color of Mars?" The teacher answers, "Mars has moons," which is irrelevant to the question. While the right side teacher answers, "Mars is red," which is relevant to the question. The groundedness analyzes like the amount of information from textbook incorporated into the dialogue. For example, here we have a text from textbook said, "Mars, known for its red color, having 2 moons." In this case, the left side teacher answers, "I don't know," which has no information from the textbook, while the right side teacher said, "Mars is red," which is from the textbook information. Specificity analyzes whether the question is specific rather than general. For example, the left side question is, "What is interesting about this passage?" This is a general question, as it does not depend on the context and the answer can be flexible, while the right side question is specific and can be answered in specific content. For evaluating each of the criteria, we use automatic matrices and human evaluation. This table shows the detail of each automatic matrix we use for measuring each criterion. Most of the matrices are adopted from existing works. For example, we use BERT score F1 to measure the answer relevance between question and answer. And we use density and coverage adopted from Gruski's work to measure content match. Great. So now I'd like to show you the evaluation results. We compare different versions of personal model with SimSeq, dialing painting, and also compare our other external datasets like MassDial, Quokka, and NCTE as baseline. We found that in most of the matrices, the personal model gets the best results compared to other models, while dialing painting have best results in informativeness and groundedness, because they directly use the textbook information as each of their answer. We also found that the personal model with higher information gets better results than personal model with low information in general. As automatic matrices have limitations, we also adopt human evaluations. In the results, it shows similar trends as automatic matrices, that the personal model has the highest performance in most of the matrices, with dialogue painting performs well in informativeness and groundedness. To validate whether our generated dataset can indeed be used for fine-tuning educational chatbot, we do the downstream task. We use Flan T5 Large as the base model and compare two scenarios. In scenario 1, we fine-tune the model on textbook dialogue dataset and further train on dataset X-string, test on testset as test. In scenario 2, we only train on dataset X-string and test on X-test. Here are the results. In each cell, we display the block score for scenario 1, where we fine-tune on textbook dataset and then train and test on a different dataset. For instance, the first cell indicates that we first fine-tune on the math textbook dataset, followed by training and testing on Quokka MC test dataset. The score in brackets represents the differences between the model with fine-tuning and the model without fine-tuning. We found that the model fine-tuned on social textbook dataset achieves the best in Quokka MC test and Quokka CNN, which is also have the domain of social science. Business textbook dataset achieves the best in NCTE dataset, which has the domain of math. And math dataset also have a good results in NCTE dataset. Well, we know the social dataset have the most of the domain knowledge of social science, so they perform well in MC test and CNN, but perform the worst in math dataset, as here. So we reach the conclusion. Book2Dial generated dataset can be used to fine-tune educational chatbots. Providing the student model with more formative information leads to higher quality dialogues. The 7 criteria can be used to evaluate educational dialogues in future work. Thank you so much for watching. You can find the QR code of our paper and our GitHub link here. Thanks.